Hello everyone. Uh, Today I'm gonna talk about my debate, which is about climate change and more specifically nuclear energy. So, first off, let's start by a quotation. Every dollar spent on nuclear is one less dollar spent on clean renewable energy and one more dollar spent on making the world a comparatively dirtier and a more dangerous place. Because nuclear power and nuclear weapons go hand in hand. This quote is from Mark Zachary Jacobson, a professor of civil and environmental engineering at Stanford University and director of its atmosphere and energy program. Before we move on to the debate, let me ask you a question first. Would you like it if your house was next to a nuclear plant? Most people, including me, would say no. I believe that we should limit the use of nuclear energy, and let me explain why. So, first off, it is dangerous. And what I mean about that, it's that accidents are rare, but when they happen, the situation becomes devastating. There are two notable events due to that, and the first one was at Chernobyl in Ukraine in the year 1986. It was caused due to a technical problem. 31 people died from the initial impact, and according to Newsweek, 4,000 to 200,000 people died later on, possibly due to a cancer, due to that tragedy. The next one was at Fukushima in Japan in the year 2011. It was caused due to a force of nature. There was an earthquake, and then followed up by a tsunami that killed 573 people. Next up, the nuclear energy is not a green energy. And what I mean is that CO2, according to a source called Time for Change, CO2 is five times higher than renewable energy, and uranium has to be mined in nuclear centers, and that also causes a lot of pollution. Even though coal is 10 times bigger than nuclear energy is still not safe. So now, let's move on to the counter arguments. People that are for nuclear energy might say that it is efficient. So, we only need one or two plants per country. I would argue that if something goes wrong, it can cause really bad consequences, such as a blackout that affects thousands to a million of people in the country. And also, let's talk about now the future of clean energy. So, right now we are in the third generation of nuclear plants, but the fourth generation is decades away. Some people have said that we might get the fourth generation by the year 2027, but that is unlikely to happen. Currently, we should not invest in third generation technology because it, yeah, because once again it is dangerous and it's not a green energy. And also to mention that it is expensive. The research is expensive, the building is expensive, and the maintaining is also expensive. So, in conclusion, even if there's some positive aspects about nuclear energy, I'm still against it because it is not 100% safe, it is not green, and it is very costly. So, here's my recommendation: we must stop building new ones, building new nuclear centrals. We have to invest in research of renewable energy in order to take care of the environment. And finally, here's my prediction. So, we will be able to produce energy and not to put the population in danger. So, thank you everyone for listening to me, and I hope you enjoyed it.